Welcome back to the Red Camo Gaming channel. Today we are rebuilding the Arizona Cardinals. Once as a playoff contender, they were made the only playoffs once in the last 10 years. Let's get into it. Okay, for Arizona playbook, we're going to be running West Coast Zone. Matches up, and with our defensive playbook, we're playing Arizona, which is base 4-3. We're going to be using Tampa 2. Okay, so we have 31 players that are ready to negotiate. Going to offer Dortch a 2-year, $6.2 million contract, and he signs. Going to offer Marlon Mack a 1-year, $1.8 million, and he resigns. Going to offer Clear a 1-year deal worth $1.6 million, and he resigns. Going to offer Eflin a 1-year, $2.6 million, and he resigns. Going to offer Blake a 7-year deal worth $14.7 million, and he resigns. And then 26 players will walk into free agency. Okay, in free agency we sign kicker Lutz to a 1-year, $2 million deal. We sign cornerback Mosley to a 2-year deal worth $11 million. Signed defensive tackle Hurst to a 1-year, $7 million. Defensive end Lewis to a 1-year, $8 million. And a tight end in Smith, 3 years worth $18 million. Okay, with our first pick 4 in the first round, we picked a defensive tackle, 72 overall. With the 27th pick, we collected a cornerback at 71. With the second round pick, we got a right tackle at 73. And in the third round, we got a safety and wide receiver, 71 and 73 respectively. And then with our fourth round pick and fifth round pick, we got a fullback and quarterback to fill in roster space. Okay, going into year one, we have Kyler Murray at quarterback. We got Connor at running back. We got Moore and Wilson at running back 1 and 2. Our offensive line from left to right is Humphreys, Gaines, Forhold, Hernandez, Johnson, and then our tight end will be McBride. On the defensive side of the ball, from left to right, we have on the defensive line Lewis, Newton, Hurst, Stills. Cornerback 1 is Greedy Williams. Cornerback 2 is Clark. Strong safety will be Baker. From left to right on linebackers, we have Gardick, White, and Collins. And for free safety, we have Thompson. Okay, at the midseason mark, we are 3-3, third in our division. Let's see if we can turn around and make it to the playoffs this year. Okay, at the end of year one, we went 7-10, missing the playoffs behind the 49ers. Let's see if we can turn this team around and make it a playoff contender. We have 18 players ready to negotiate their contracts. We're going to offer Moore a 3-year deal worth $31.5 million, and he resigns. Going to offer Michael Carter a 2-year, $8 million contract, and he resigns. Going to offer Connor a 1-year, $4 million deal, and he resigns. Going to offer Eflin another 1-year deal worth $2.1, and he resigns. Going to offer Collier a 1-year deal worth $1.6, and he resigns. Going to offer Lutz a 3-year deal worth $12 million, and he resigns. The remaining 12 players will walk into free agency, including Buda Baker. Okay, in free agency offseason year 2, we signed outside linebacker. He's an 86 overall star development player. Signed a center at 82 as well, and a offensive guard to fill in some gaps. Okay, with our second year draft, with our first round pick number 9, we drafted a defensive end, 74 overall. The second round pick, we drafted an offensive lineman, 74 overall. With the third round pick, we drafted a wide receiver, 70 overall. With our fourth and then 2 5s, we got a linebacker, tight end, and left tackle. Okay, looking at our roster for year 2, we have Kyler Murray still. Carter is above Connor now for running back. We have Moore and Wilson as well. From left to right, it's Humphreys, Radson, Williams, Stevens, and Barton, and then also McBride is still our tight end. For our defensive line, we have Carney, Farms, Newton, and Stills. For cornerback 1 and 2, we have Mosley and Lacier. Strong safety, we have Newman. From left to right on linebackers, we have Ojolari, Papo, and Kamarahu. And for free safety, we have Thompson. Okay, we have 18 players ready to negotiate. Let's see who's going to resign. We're going to offer McBride a 5-year deal worth $67.5 mil. And he accepts. We're going to accept the option of a $20 million 1-year contract for left tackle. We're going to offer Mosley a 1-year deal worth $2.5 mil. And he accepts. We're going to offer Thompson a 4-year deal worth $43.2 mil. And he accepts. And the 15 players remaining will walk into free agency. Okay, for free agency year 3, we signed a outside linebacker, 82 overall, for a whopping 3-year deal. Also signed a starting running back, 82 overall, for $18 million for 3 years, and then also a defensive tackle for 1 year for $8 mil. Okay, with our first round pick, 11th overall, we got a defensive end, 71 overall. Got another defensive lineman, a 70 overall in our second round. In our third round, we got 3 picks. We got a cornerback, 69 overall, and 2 linebackers at 73 and 72. Then for 4 through 5, we got a guard, safety, and a center. Okay, going into year 3, we have Murray at quarterback, Warren at running back. We have Moore and Wilson at running back 1 and 2. Tight end is McBride. Offensive line from right to left is Barton, Stevens, Williams, Radones, and Johnson Jr. On the defensive side of the ball, on the defensive line, we have Carney, Aminamata, Newton, or Lasley. On cornerback 1 and 2, we have Lester and Williams. On strong safety, we have Newbin. Left to right on linebackers, we have Edwards, Pope. We're going to move up Selvia to middle, and Kamara. And then free safety, we have Thompson. Okay, so year 3 at the mid-season, we are 2-5. It is not looking good, even though we have decent players on our team. Let's see if we can turn it around and make it to the playoffs. So we finished the season in year 3 at 6-11. Let's see what we can do to manage this damage that I've created. So we have 17 players ready to negotiate. Let's see who wants to stay here and fail with us. We're going to accept the 5th-year option on defensive tackle Newton for $16.4 mil. Also going to accept the option of $17.1 mil for 1 year on this cornerback. Going to offer Williams a 4-year deal worth $12 mil. And he stays. Going to offer Miller a 2-year deal worth $7.4 mil. And he stays. Going to offer Gaines a 1-year deal worth $2.8. And he stays. Going to offer Mosley one more time a 1-year deal with $2.3 mil. He stays. And the other 13 players will walk into free agency. So we only had 3 picks this year. First round pick, 9th overall, we picked a running back, which is 75 overall. With our second round pick, we got a defensive end, 74 overall. And with our third round pick, we got a defensive tackle, 67 overall. We also traded with the Bengals for their backup quarterback, which is a star, with a 75 overall. Okay, going to year 4, we got a new quarterback. We got Hitchens, who we traded for during the draft, this past draft. Still have Kyler Murray, but he's going down in rating, and his contract's expiring as well. We got our rookie running back Parrish, and then wide receiver 1 and 2 are Moore and Coleman. Tight end is still McBride, and our offensive line is still the same. On the defensive side, we have Carney at left end, Newton and Buckley at defensive tackle, and then our rookie in right end, Franklin. Cornerbacks are the same, our safeties are the same, and our linebacker group has changed just a little bit. We have Edwards on the left side, Coramaro on the right, and then Boone on the middle. Okay, season 4 at mid-season, our 80 overall Arizona Cardinals are 1-5. Can we please make the playoffs? Please. Okay, for the 4th year in a row, we are 3rd in our division We went 4-13. Let's do one more run back and see what happens. Okay, we have 17 players ready to negotiate contracts, and we have 78.1 million in salary cap space. Let's see who's going to stay. I am going to pick up this 5th-year option worth 17.3 mil on my defensive end, offering Barton a 5-year deal worth 121 million, and he accepts. Gonna offer Coleman a 3-year deal worth 13.8 mil, and he resigns. Gonna offer Johnson a 5-year deal worth 60 million, and he resigns. Gonna offer a 5-year deal, 28.5 mil to Newbin, and he resigns. Gonna offer Gaines a 2-year deal worth 4.8 mil, and he resigns. Gonna offer a 7-year deal worth 9.1 million to the fullback Gaddis, and he resigns. Gonna offer Moore a 2-year deal worth 20.2 mil, and he resigns. Okay, the remaining 10 players will walk into free agency. Okay, so the final year in free agency, we signed Vita Vea, defensive tackle, 84 overall, and we also signed a cornerback at 79 overall. Okay, for our last draft, our first round pick at pick 5 was a wide receiver, Hargrove. He's a 73. Second round was a offensive line, 76. Third round was a running back, 69, and then a kicker was 69 as well. Okay, so for final year, we have Hitchens as a quarterback, Paris as our running back. We have Moore and Hargrave as wide receiver 1 and 2. We still have McBride as our tight end. And then our offensive line from left to right is Johnson, Barry, Williams, Stevens, and Barton. On the defensive side of the ball, we have Carney, Newton, Vita Vea, and Franklin. Cornerback 1 and 2 is Carter and Leisure. Our safeties are the same with Thomas and Newbin, and our linebackers are the same with Edwards, Boone, and Camarao. So we simmed straight through all the way to the playoffs, and the Cardinals went 4-13 again. This is a 80 overall plus team, and the Madden gods have chosen to not let that happen. Okay, so let's take a final look at our team. We have Hitchens, Parrish, we got Moore and Hargrove at wide receiver 1 and 2. We have tight end McBride, and then our offensive line who didn't really change besides the last addition of Barry this last season. On the defensive side of the ball, Candy, Newton, Vita Vea, Franklin. Franklin got up to superstar. Then we had Leisure and Carter as cornerback 1 and 2. And then our rookie safety from season 1 has been our starter ever since, after Buda Baker left. And then our linebackers that we drafted recently made the starting rotation the past 2 or 3 years. And everyone else is the same. With that, I'm going to wrap up the video here. If you enjoyed it and want to watch more of this series, hit the like and notification buttons so you stay up to date. And if you would like to support the channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching and have a good day.